This is a glimpse into my life. Life with Eric.
Eric's here.
And I'm Kylie.
And I'm Eric.
Okay, I think we know who you are.
Oh.
So, darling.
Yes, darling. Why do you call me darling?
I don't know. I just did. It just
I like
came
it.
out.
Call me darling, though.
Darling.
Yeah, I like that.
So, darling.
Yes, dear.
What do you think about a Camaro?
I don't think about a Camaro.
I'm not sure what accent you have, but you don't?
No, I don't drive around in Camaros.
What do you think about me getting a Camaro?
Why would you get a Camaro? To hurt my back?
I mean, I think it'd be a great car for me to drive you around in.
I barely
you
could
can
get
get
out
in
of
and
a
out of it when I take you to your appointments. When you
roll
get
out
a
of it.
walker, you know.
Why would I have a
No.
walker? I was talking about my back hurt, not getting a walker.
I have to say this because I literally saw in the parking lot of my work, which I work for an ophthalmologist, which anyone that has been to one knows that it's usually an elderly population.
I mean, old people?
Yep.
Old people were in a Camaro?
I watched this older gentleman put in an older woman with a walker into his Camaro.
Trust me, if an older gentleman's driving a Camaro, he's no gentleman.
Yeah.
He's a freaking weirdo.
Which, yeah, I'm like, well, why are you making this woman get in and out of a Camaro with her walker, and then you put the walker in the trunk?
There is no trunk in a Camaro. Barely.
Enough to fit a walker, a folded-up walker.
Who was in the
apparently.
walker, the man or the woman?
The woman.
Oh, the woman was in the walker,
Yes.
and the guy picked her up
Yes.
in the Camaro.
I'm not sure if it was a
maybe the guy
husband
was
or a
having-
son.
Maybe the guy was having a
but
midlife crisis.
something was happening in the parking lot, and I was like, no. And then all I could picture is me driving you to your appointments in a couple years in a Camaro
No, I would just get a lift.
and making you like
I would
roll
get-
in and out of it.
No, I would just get one of those scooter lifts in the back. You just roll up on a ramp and you lift me up.
Oh my
and then
gosh.
roll me into the
How
back
do you
of the
get
other
into the
Camaro.
car then?
Is the Camaro convertible?
I think they make convertible ones.
Yeah,
I
get
just
it.
roll you in that way. Yeah.
Yeah,
There you
well,
go.
I'll roll my scooter up on the ramp. You raise it up and roll me into the back.
Oh my god.
Strap me in. My feet will be sticking up. Strap me right over my
no.
balls.
Yeah,
Stick it
I'll
in.
put you a helmet on in case you hit your head on anything.
Yeah. You can strap the seatbelt between my legs, through my bush, into the
Through your butt.
through my giant bush, and put it right into the seatbelt.
Oh no. So
Hold me
you're
forever.
you're anticipating in the later years to have a giant bush.
Oh yeah, for
Oh,
sure.
I can't
What
wait.
old guy
I can't
can
wait.
What old guy can trim that shit?
Here's a question. Would you let me trim your bush?
What do you mean?
Would you allow me to trim your bush in the later years?
I doubt it. I can't see that happening. I don't know. That's disgusting. Like, I don't know why you'd even want to do that.
Because I don't want to look at it?
Like Edward Scissorhands. As long as it's not gray.
I mean, what if it is, though?
Nah,
Would you let me trim it then?
no.
Oh, okay.
I don't even know. I don't think about that stuff.
Well, you just brought it up.
Yeah, that's true. I just strap me in
Yeah.
by my bush.
Right. It's
Yeah.
a little extra padding for that strap.
Right. Well, it's like my airbag.
Oh, boy.
It's my bush bag.
Oh, no.
You know, if we get in a wreck, you just poof.
You're good.
Yeah, we're all
Yeah,
good.
saved.
I'll save
Saved
your
by the bush.
I'll save your life too. When they get us out with the jaws of life, there'll be pubes everywhere.
Oh, my God. I just threw it in my mouth.
The chainsaw would just be spraying pubes everywhere, and all the firefighters would be like,
Oh, my God. You better start growing that
you know
thing
what?
now.
Sir, we're gonna have to leave you to rot and die. I'm gagging on your. I'm dry heaving on your pubes.
Oh, my
Your pubes are
God.
stuck in my throat.
Oh,
Firefighters are.
good Lord. They have masks. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's the cops that'll be pissed.
Yeah. They have like windshield. They have to wash their masks. They can't see. But all they see is
Ew.
all they see is pubes everywhere.
Gross. That's.
Okay, I don't know. Have you started the podcast with that?
I don't know how it got. I didn't start it there. It went there.
Yeah. You know who has great pubes?
I do not.
Michael Myers.
He might.
I swear we were doing the podcast a year ago and we were talking about the same exact thing.
Well, because
we went and
Michael
saw
Myers
Halloween.
pubes.
Yeah, Halloween. That's the next Halloween. Halloween pubes.
Ew.
We just saw Halloween Ends.
We did. Which don't give any spoiler alert.
The only thing I'm not gonna give a spoiler alert.
Okay. Or a
But the-
spoiler, not a spoiler
But the
alert.
only thing left of Michael Myers was his pubes.
Okay, that's a spoiler alert.
Oh.
There.
I don't think the guy can die.
He can, I think.
He if they kill him, if for some reason they put him in a body cruncher and put him in a metal crunching car machine, they could crunch him and make him into a ball of shit and he would coagulate and come alive again.
I mean, that's like a whole different kind of magic happening.
That's how they're going to make the next Halloween.
That's a whole different kind of magic.
Right. I don't know.
I will say,
I thought he was like he had like superhero killer powers.
He didn't. He did have like a little bit of superhuman strength, but I think he just got old. They kind of showed it as the movie progressed.
Yeah, he was aging. I'm like,
yeah.
How is this guy walking around? He's limping a little bit, and he's just got like aged old man.
He's like 70.
Yeah, he's like 65, 70 years
right.
old.
That's what happens.
You know?
He is human at the end of the day.
Yeah, and once in a while he'll get some super strength and strangle that girl like he did.
Okay. Try not to spoiler here. Although I will say, without trying to spoil anything, you were calling stuff pretty well about like what was going to happen.
I was.
Until the end. Not to ruin the end, but it didn't end how I thought it was actually going to end.
Yeah, in those horror movies, I call it pretty good.
You did, and I was like, no, I'm like, oh yeah.
In the horror movie, you have to look at the you know, what do they call that when they show the things? I
don't know what you're talking about.
Oh my God, like they're showing the radio station.
Oh yeah.
Foreshadowing.
They give a lot of foreshadowing.
Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. Foreshadowing.
And there's like certain stuff that you
there's
you
a
have
lot
to pay
of
attention
that
to.
lot going on. So if you pay attention, you can find out. But we went, and Kylie had to pick the seats on the internet.
I always
and
do.
So yeah, she picks the seats, and she's like, "Hey, do you want all the way in the back row, or do you want three rows up?"
The third row from the top.
And I said 3 rows from the top. But then she's like, "Well, are you sure? Because no one can sit behind us. No one can jump."
Because you're like, I don't want anybody coming
us.
from like attacking me. And I was like, well, if you're in the back row, you have a wall behind you. If you're in the third row, you got 2 rows behind you.
Yeah, but what would happen in a horror movie? He would come out of the little projection, that little window, come down and grab your ass.
Oh.
He wouldn't just stand behind you, probably. I don't know.
I don't know.
They'd be a little more creative than that. I get all jumpy in those movies, man. I get all pissy.
I know.
I
did enjoy last night. We came home and we had to go to the we had to get a light from the shed. And
I didn't want to go in the shed.
And you made me come with you to go to the shed, which is also well lit because it has a motion light on it.
I just said, have my back. Turn your flashlight on.
Yes, even though
have my back
it wasn't
all the way to the shed
necessary. And so I did, and I did scare you on the way back.
Right.
Which was so stupid because I literally was right behind you and just said, ah.
Right.
And you freaked out.
I freaked out because the light was flickering in the house when we got home.
It's been flickering for 2 weeks.
That's exactly the same thing what happened in the movie. The light would flicker. You look at the light and you'd be like, "Oh my God!"
I gotta change the light, and then you get killed.
Then I go out to the shed and get killed.
Except for I told you 2 weeks ago it was flickering.
You'd see my body with no head drive my electric bike down the road.
Driving my
and that's exactly what you would see.
With your hand,
and
rubber banded.
And pubes everywhere.
Oh my God. Why just that?
There'd just be a bush
Your pants would be open.
No, it'd just be a bush head. That's it.
Oh, good
no
Lord.
head. No face.
Okay.
Just a bush.
Just a bush. Back to the bush.
Back to the bush.
Oh boy.
We were talking about bushes at dinner. We're doing the podcast a little later tonight.
Well, after dinner. It was after dinner.
Because we got a lot of feedback on our main gang trip last week, and Kenny Bunkport and all this stuff, and people are like, I want to go on a trip with you guys. You guys
we're
seem
pretty
a lot
cool.
of fun. Yeah, and so we're like, oh yeah, we're probably gonna go to Montana. So Mark, you better start growing your bush out.
It gets cold.
And that was the big joke. We started the bush thing because we were staying in Kenny Bunkport. We were staying down the street from
the
George
Bush compound.
Yeah, the Bush compound. So we're like, trim your bushes. Bush. There's a lot of bush talk.
Obviously, there's continually a lot of bush
I'm still
talk.
talking about bushes.
Right.
I'm talking about Bush and Camaros.
Oh boy.
What are George Bush drives a Camaro?
I would be intrigued to know that actually. I'd like to know.
But my favorite shirt now is my Kenny Bunkport shirt. I bought this Kelly green Kenny Bunkport shirt.
Yes,
and it looks like a smorgasbord of letters going across.
Because Kenny Bunkport is a weird word.
But I'll tell you, I worked acting class and I had to give a monologue and shit and
Oh.
do all this stuff. I didn't have to. I just pulled the monologue out of my ass and just did it. I don't know how. I just
I
started
a
rattling
little
off.
bit of enjoyed that story over dinner about your monologue.
What monologue?
About the monologue you did on Wednesday.
What was it?
About how River thought you were playing a gay guy.
Oh, that wasn't my monologue.
Oh.
That was that was improv. So I went up there and I'm just playing like this character. And afterwards, they're like, "Oh, what did that character represent? What did you think when you saw that character?" And River's like,
"The typical gay
"He
guy."
seems a typical gay guy to me." And then the acting instructor's like, "Is that where you're meant to be gay?" And I go, "No."
He's like, "Are you sure?"
I was just standing that way.
And River's like, "Well, you had a hip pop."
Yeah, your hip was popping. I said, I don't know. That's what I do.
Did your character have a hip hop and a bush?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, just checking.
Yeah, well hidden bush. Hidden right on the Kenny Bunkport shirt.
Oh boy.
I
But
wore
yes,
that.
your Kenny Bunkport shirt.
No, a lot
Back
of people
to
are going,
that.
hey, what's all those letters? What does that say?
It
says
makes a weird word.
Yeah, it says Kenny Bunkport. I'm like proud of Kenny Bunkport now. Not too many
Oh my
people
God,
have
I
been
love
there.
Kenny Bunkport.
Yeah. So anyway, we can't stop talking about our main
Love
trip.
Kenny Bunkport.
It was great. We got a lot of feedback about our main trip, so
Everyone should go to Kenny Bunkport.
that was great. I think so.
I think so.
I wonder if this guy has ever been to Kenny Bunkport.
Possibly.
He probably has. He's from
Real close. Yeah.
He's from
It's
Boston.
like 2 hours away.
Hey everybody, this is Joe LaMonica with LaMonica Custom Builders. You want a custom home from a Southern California premier home builder? Call me, Joe LaMonica with LaMonica Custom Builders. 310-465-3347.
I got to ask Joe, have you been to Kenny Bunkport?
He might have been.
I'm sure he's been to Salem, Massachusetts.
I would think so. That's like
I mean, he
half
grew
an
up
hour
there,
from
so they
them
would
or
probably take
something like
road
that.
trips and stuff like
Yeah.
that. I would think so.
I would think so.
But who
Probably went on a
knows?
field trip there as a kid.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah.
I mean, he might have. I have no idea.
Like their Virginia City to us.
When did he went on field trips in his days?
We're going to have to ask him that.
That's a good one. We would call him up. Why don't we call him up?
It's maybe a
Give me
little
your
late
phone.
for
We'll call-
Joe.
Actually, he won't answer because he'll see your number or whatever.
Yes. We'll get back to you on that one. We'll
Yeah.
get that question asked.
Joe, if you're listening, let me know.
Yeah.
Let me know. We decided to go out to Portland, Oregon. Not Maine. Portland, Oregon.
Hitting the Portlands this month.
Yeah, and I couldn't remember because Kylie's good friend Allie lives out there with her husband
Yes.
Brant, and we love to
Is
get
it
together.
Brent or Brandon? Just joking.
I think his name is Brian. I just call him Brian.
I meant to say Brian and I said Brandon. I'm pulling a you.
Yeah, I'm gonna call Brian or Brandon, whatever. I'll call him whatever. And so, anyway, so we like to do a foursome Halloween
costume. Well, we
Yes.
did it one time,
We did
5 years ago?
Scooby Doo gang,
Yes.
and it was great. And everybody,
It was
we
awesome
were so
costume.
recognizable because I was
Yes.
Freddy, you were
Daphne. And at the time, I had long reddish hair,
Yeah,
so it was perfect.
Daphne. Allie was
Velma.
Velma.
And she looked dead spot on.
yes.
Oh, like
what?
Dodd spot on.
Spot on. And Brant was Shaggy.
Shaggy. It was actually, we looked amazing.
And all we needed was a dog.
A
If we,
huge dog,
If we had
yes.
a Great Dane, that would have been
It was
great.
amazing. Yep.
But everybody, we walked down the street and everybody's like,
yeah, knew exactly what we were.
it probably was one of the best costumes ever because
It was really good.
because it's a foursome. So this year we're going and we're like, we got to do another foursome. So I thought
trying to
let's
figure
go
it
over
out.
the Hangover gang. The Hangover. So we have
Pretty kind of funny.
you would be Bradley Cooper with the sunglasses
I'd
and
have
the
to like
men's
curl my
clothes.
hair a little,
No,
like slick it
men's
back.
clothes and straight back
Yeah.
like that. And then Allie would be the guy with the missing tooth. I'll break it
That
out.
helps. Yep.
Yeah, and then Brant would be Zach Galifianakis, and he had the
Who?
Galifianakis,
Galifianakis.
whatever his name is, and he'd have the baby pouch with a baby on
Yes.
his deal. And then we were going, oh my God, there's only 3 Hangover people, but there's not.
There's 4.
There's Doug.
There's Doug.
Doug, the guy who laid out, got sunburn on the thing. So I would just be Doug in a robe with a sunburned face
in a
he
wheelchair.
and he pushed me in a wheelchair. That'd be perfect.
It is pretty funny.
Or I could be the Chinese guy with the nuts hanging out.
I feel like that it's not culturally appropriate.
Probably not,
Probably not.
but that'd be fun. Isn't that guy famous now? Isn't that?
Dr. Ken?
Yeah, isn't that him?
Yeah.
He was in The Hangover.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a great part. Now he plays all these serious parts, kind of.
Oh, not really. He's
Okay.
always a comedian.
Yeah. Was he really a doctor, that guy?
Yeah, he really is a doctor. He really like went to UCLA or something like that.
And he
yeah.
was a doctor, then he just became.
No,
was
he
an
used to.
actor.
He was always been a doctor, and then I actually read about this a long ass time ago. It's kind of a little bit like you, if you will, to get like kind of like his stressors out. He would do comedy, and he'd go to comedy clubs and just do like sets, and that was his like stress release. He just got enjoyment out of it.
And he kind of got discovered.
And then it kind of became like someone like I think it was I think he started on like a Judd Apatow movie. Like he was actually a doctor.
Oh, he's like a funny doctor?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he got famous.
Yep.
That guy's so funny. He is really funny.
He is really funny.
I'm
guessing he doesn't see patients anymore, but
Yeah, and he's on that stupid mask show.
yes.
But everybody loves it. I don't. I hate it because
I know,
there's no
because
results.
they don't reveal you.
No, there's no fucking results at the end of the
end,
show.
yep.
They have to wait like 8 episodes. I don't want
True.
that. Unveil your mask. That's like that's like when you watch The Bachelorette or Bachelor.
Okay.
And they don't have a rose ceremony at the end. You're like,
oh, I hate when they do that and they make you wait till the next week.
Right. Let's wait till the next week. What?
I know. Except we've been the
I'm
worst.
watching 2 hours not to get a rose ceremony.
We've been the worst Bachelor people. We've missed 2 seasons now.
Yeah, we don't even do it anymore.
Well, I think maybe. Well, we are kind of watching Bachelors in Paradise.
We're busy. Yeah.
We're not busy.
Paradise.
So I think we just didn't really enjoy it for a bit.
I have no idea why, because it is fun.
Well, I think because it was kind of like once Chris Harrison left, I didn't enjoy it as much. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, I think we were a little pissed that he got fired.
Because he really did a good job.
And he got fired over something stupid. I hate to say it.
I think
he wasn't being racist.
I don't think he was either. I think he was.
The girl
trying
was dressed
to
up as Antoinette. What dress was it?
Antebellum.
Antebellum.
Yes.
And in all fairness to her, her sorority at the time.
That was their theme.
That was their theme, and that was a party. But at the time, no one
thought
nothing of it.
They were young and naive, and they didn't know any better.
But it's not even naive. At the time, it was fine to do.
Right. Times have changed.
And then she goes on The Bachelorette or Bachelor, and they bring up old pictures of her dressed up like this. When it was like,
can't take
let's
it
just
back.
call it. It was like a Halloween costume party in a way.
It was a costume. It was it's a themed dance. Like we used to do it also. Like
okay, like 100 people are dressed up like that.
Right. That was the theme.
Yeah. Come on.
But and I called it when it happened. I said he's protecting her because she won, and she did. Right. And I said he can't say anything because she won, and nobody had known she'd won yet. Right. It was like right in the middle, and so he was like he wasn't really protecting, but he wasn't like saying anything negative.
He's saying the same thing as we're saying.
He was saying the same. He was said he didn't go against her, didn't go went a little bit for her just because she won. So he knew like what was coming. He knew like she's gonna be the winner. So let's not bag on her too much here.
I'm putting you on the spot. Should Chris Harrison have been fired?
No.
I don't think so. Not, right?
No. He was just doing his job, I thought.
And he seems like a decent
whatever
guy.
his own personal opinion is, whatever. He was, in that moment, actually doing his job.
Right.
And he did it correctly.
Yeah, and then they turned the whole entire episode into some racist thing.
Yes.
And it was crazy.
I hate that they do this. They could have used this as a positive and made it like an awareness thing. But they made it really negative instead of trying to make it positive. Like her saying, yes, at the time I didn't know any better, but I apologize. Like they could have made this a positive learning experience, and they made it a really negative
Well, today on they interviewed the head coach, Todd Bowles, who I'm a big fan of.
I know who that is, but yeah.
He's the head coach of the he took Bruce Arians' spot on the head coach of the Buccaneers.
Okay.
And they're playing the Pittsburgh Steelers this week.
Mm-hmm.
So he's a black coach, and the Pittsburgh Steelers coach is a black coach, too, Mike Tomlin.
Yeah.
So in all the questions, a white female reporter says, how do you feel about this game being a historic game?
Of two black coaches.
And so he goes, we don't care what color you are if you catch the ball.
Right.
And then she says, no, shouldn't you feel proud? How do you feel that two black coaches are and he's like,
they're making something that's not
he's
there.
Like, I think you guys talk about this too much because you're making a big deal out of
something
nothing.
That's not,
something that's not even a deal. And so maybe you should just talk. You don't need to talk about that. And the white woman asking the question is trying to tell the black coach how to feel.
But it's not.
And that's a big thing with you.
It is a big thing with me.
Yeah, because Kiley's a therapy person.
It's not even also the first time two black coaches have played each other. Because the Ravens is a black coach too.
No, they don't.
Wait.
It's John Harbaugh as the Ravens coach.
Not the Ravens. Who am I thinking of?
Sorry,
not the Ravens.
I don't know. Don't talk football, Keith.
I shouldn't.
Yeah.
There is another one, isn't there?
There's a lot of black coaches. There's a lot of black coaches.
I'm like, wait.
There's tons of them.
Not John Harbaugh.
I mean, not tons of head coaches, but there's a handful.
Yeah.
But anyway, the reporter, so that went viral on Twitter and then viral on TikTok and all this stuff of this woman saying this. And he's like, are you making this a racist thing? Because this is stupid.
Well, and it sucks because, in all honesty, this poor woman probably got told what to say. Not to be.
Yeah, she was an ESPN reporter.
I don't know how. I mean, I don't know how much they do
you know
into their.
The woman probably is fired right now, and she shouldn't be.
And it probably was a producer that said you need to ask this question.
But you can ask the question, and he can give you that answer
and then let it go.
Make you feel like an idiot
and
make
then
you
move on.
Let it go. But instead,
she pushed it.
No, instead she pushed the question 2 or 3 times. But instead, what the media did was run this everywhere, and it went viral on TikTok.
She's a racist
viral
reporter,
on Twitter, and viral on everything.
Which that wasn't the point.
And she was
trying to get a great interview out of it, which it didn't go the way she.
It just didn't go the way she planned. Maybe someone told her to ask the question or whatever.
Yeah, it could not have been, but my guess is a producer was in her ear.
But he answered the question great. He goes, we don't care what color you are when you catch the ball.
Right, and that's why I don't. I mean, I think this is a prime example. We're making something bigger out of what is actually there.
Yeah, and you got to remember generations. Like, let's say my parents' generation or your parents' generation. There's a lot of stuff that they say that you would say, "Oh my God, that's racist,"
and they don't look at it that way.
They would never even
all.
consider that racist.
Right? They're
ever
like,
at
"No,
all.
I'm not." And you're like, "Well,
and even stuff that I say to my kids, and I was talking to we had our friend over, Jazz, who was the Power Ranger guy, and he's going to India, and he's Indian, and he's going over to India, and we were talking about different things with acting and stuff, and in acting. It's a safe space. So if you're
your acting classes,
Yes. So if you're a white guy, maybe playing an Asian
or whatever,
is that considered racist? In some places, yes.
I mean, I would
but
say
it shouldn't
an acting class, no.
Right. It's a safe
I mean, just
space.
because originally in that role it was an Asian doesn't mean that you shouldn't be allowed to recreate that role in acting class
and imitate people.
Yeah.
Even on Saturday Night Live they do that, and they do crazy stuff. Now they tone it down, but this in my opinion, this racist thing is getting, I'll tell you what, I'll make fun of Chinese people. I'll make fun of every race, and they can make fun of me, and I'm telling you in all honesty, I'm not making fun of them in a malicious way.
I mean, I know you.
I'm
so
joking,
I know you. Yeah.
And I'm not. And I was talking to Jazz that I go, yeah, and he says stuff and I say stuff and say I'm not
he knows
racist.
That, yeah.
And he goes, oh, no, I know.
I've never taken anything you've said or done racist.
Right. So back to the Chris Harrison thing. Come on.
I think he
commented.
I think he was stuck in a rock and a hard place.
He commented on a picture and says, "What is she supposed to do?" She was in college.
Right.
And they were at basically
he said exactly what he
party.
needed to say to keep that show going.
Yeah, and I don't know. It was just the time and the year in 2020 and the COVID bullshit and all this stuff. It just came up.
I know. Sometimes I think we try to be so aware that we actually cause harm and not.
Right.
We don't do good. We do bad instead.
Yeah. By that lady asking those questions,
she went too far and actually made it
worse, and they made
instead of bringing an awesome point to it and letting it go and moving on.
And what Todd Bowles said is, he goes, "If you people quit talking about it,
it's not going to be.
It's not an issue,
right? And it isn't it. And it's
not an issue till you bring it up,
right?
And
instead of being
like,
well, I mean, maybe she could have brought it up and hey, this is awesome, and he I don't know if you're aware of this or
right?
It wasn't handled correctly.
I know. So anyway, Todd Bowles is looking like he's like, he's a good guy. What do you think Bruce Arians thinks?
Oh my gosh,
Bruce is like, Jesus, let's just talk about football.
Which that's what they're there to do.
I know, but the media.
If
they didn't talk about it, people wouldn't make an issue of it.
That's
people
true.
would not make an issue of race if the media didn't talk about it.
I think a lot of the times the media can do more harm than good in a lot of different things.
If the media, we say it 1,000 times, would just report the news, the real news. I'm not even going Trump.
I know.
I'm not even going Trump talk saying fake news because it goes either party.
I've seen a lot. Over the past.
Fox will say news just like CNN will.
Oh yeah,
the
they both
way.
have. I feel like a lot in the last. Let's go with 4 years. There's been a lot less reporting of the news and a lot more opinion of the news.
Yeah, it's opinion.
Which I feel like there's shows for opinions and there's shows for news.
Well, we're here in Nevada.
And we forgot what those are.
We're here in Nevada, and they have Laxalt against Cortez Mastoff or whatever his name is.
Cortez Mastoff.
I don't even know her name.
Wow.
Cortez. They have those two.
Too many names for me to say. What's my last name? Do you know? No.
You would have think that Laxalt had murdered people in the streets.
Oh my God, I know.
And performed 8 million abortions in the middle of the street.
And kind of the same with that both way. Cortez, I can't remember what they're saying about her. That she, the police departments are against her because of riots and stuff. Yeah.
And she she didn't do anything about sex trafficking, and all this stuff.
Trafficking.
And she supports sex trafficking. These people don't do that.
No.
They put these commercials out.
They're the worst.
I think they should make a law.
I agree, actually.
Of only putting positive
that you can only make ads about the positive of yourself.
About yourself.
Not against
But
your
they don't want
opponent.
to do that because I guess it doesn't work as well.
I know.
You know what they made a law about?
No.
This is interesting, actually. I heard it today on the radio. When I was working on a Saturday driving up.
I was watching Disney movies. You were working.
Yeah, that's why I'm fucking tired. Anyway.
Anywho, what'd you hear?
So in the state of Virginia, if they said that 96% of women have in their time received a nude photo of a man on their phone.
Okay.
Right? Or one out of three. No, here, let me get this right. 1 out of 3 women have received a nude photo.
Okay, because I'm like, I don't really see like some of the older people's receiving these.
You don't think my mom gets dick pics?
I don't actually. We can ask her. I don't think so.
My dad would send a picture.
That's called a bush pic.
My dad would send a picture of his asshole, thinking he took a picture of his dick and sent it to my mom.
Did she get a bush pic or a dick pic?
Hey, you sent me a pic, but it's just black.
Oh shit. Okay. Anywho, 1 out of 3 women receive nude photos.
Nude photos.
Okay.
96% of those women.
Okay.
Of women that received the nude photos said it was an unwanted photo.
Oh, okay.
So in the state of Virginia now, it is illegal.
To send
the pic.
Nudes.
Now, you can't call the cops.
Right.
You can't just call the cops and said,
I got a
sent
nude
me a dick.
pic.
All right, we'll be there in 10 minutes. Right? They got enough problems. People are getting killed in the streets. They got enough problems. But what you can do is you bring it to court, and you can sue them.
Okay.
Small claims court. The least amount is $500. You can give a fine for sending a nude pic.
Okay.
And then you can, but if it ruins a marriage, you can get divorced and take your husband's or wife's millions, right?
This is fun.
So it turns into a whole thing. So if the nude pic results in a divorce, then it's big. Now you can take them to like some young girl, some perverted guy sends a dick pic to a young girl.
Right.
They take them to court and they say, $500.
Right. Okay.
You sent it. But there's a law of that now.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I feel like there's going to be a lot of younger people.
Yeah, erase those pics out of your phone, would you? Just in case Nevada.
We're married. It's fine, honey.
How do you know it was me? Would be me?
Oh, I can tell.
The freckle, the mole.
You got that weird curve. Just joking.
Okay, take it back.
I'm kidding. You do not.
Dan. Edit it out.
You do not. I said that for pure comical reasons.
Yeah. Pure.
And for the look on your face when I said it, because you're like, no, I don't.
This guy doesn't believe it, and he's not, and he's laughing at your joke, I'm sure.
This segment of Life with Eric is brought to you by
G&E Painting and Drywall, servicing Reno, Tahoe, and Truckee areas for over 25 years.
Call G&E today for all of your painting and drywall needs at 775-833-0551.
I got a crazy thing about the G&E
I was
ad.
just going to say that.
And I want to, as soon as we get off the air here, I'm going to play it for you.
Yes,
so
please
I
do.
listened to this podcast from Dave Ramsey because I'm a financial guy. I like financial.
And you just love Dave Ramsey.
I do.
I know.
I like financial shit.
I don't think Dave Ramsey would like you or me.
I wonder if he would.
We might offend him.
Me and River are going to go meet him next week, so I want to find
maybe
out.
don't tell him we have a podcast because I don't think he'd enjoy it.
I gave my card to Ken Coleman that one time.
Oh, okay. He might enjoy it a little bit. I feel like Dave Ramsey were not his cup of tea.
I don't know.
Well, we were just talking a lot about bushes and like tit pics, so dick
That's
pics.
true.
I don't know if we dig that.
Racist stuff.
Right. Well, you
Jesus.
don't know if we're his cup of tea.
Oh my God. All right.
Anywho, Dave Ramsey.
We're dial this back a little. My mom wants us to dial this back a little.
We haven't once talked about that one subject, but we switched.
We got to be our true selves, though. If we're not our true selves, we're not us.
Right. It's true.
But anyway,
Anywho.
so I'm listening to Ramsey and the G&E ad, which
That we just played.
Yeah, we just played, which is a little bit of this. Right
This
there.
segment of Eric? Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little bit of that.
That music, you mean.
And that's stock music that
stock
we made
music.
made the thing, so we didn't buy the music. We got stock music. He has that in his intro, and I
Not his intro.
well, no, just intro to the next segment or whatever when they take a commercial break, and so it just came on over my truck, and I'm like G&E Painting and Drywall,
Hey.
and I'm like I said it in my head because I listen to our podcast all
Yes,
the time,
yeah.
and I'm like, oh my God, it's on there, so I want
It's
to.
our song.
Yeah, I was.
Where everybody else is.
I was so excited.
You and
But
Dave Ramsey have the same music taste.
I picked it. Well, I mean, he doesn't pick his own music. Or
He
whatever,
might.
you know.
He's a little bit of a control freak.
Probably.
He probably did
probably
pick
is
it.
a real control freak.
Yes, I would say
I'm
yes,
sure
he
he
is. So I'm
is.
sure he did pick that.
Yeah. I would love to be one of those guys on Dave Ramsey, the financial coaches host, but they're real Christian and stuff.
I know, so I don't know if you're his GM.
But I'd be good. I would be good.
If you just didn't like cuss and talk about weird things, maybe.
No, I just can't help myself. I don't know.
I know.
We're better.
Right.
We're better on.
Or if he's okay to do a little bit of a different.
We're better on Bravo.
Stars.
Speaking of that, Podcast Dan has just finished our 5-minute demo reel.
Thank you, Podcast Dan.
Really good job. It was really funny. And then we're going to put a 1 minute. We're going to put those on our website, so if you want to listen to them, and that's what we're going to pimp ourselves out to Sirius and all these other places.
Yeah.
So
it's
that'll
like the show on the
that'll be good.
road.
Hey, and speaking of that,
What?
I'm very happy and very proud of our #1 listened episode.
Yeah.
It was episode 71, 2 Capricorns walk into a bar, and that was with
Janine, Brandon, and
Brandon
Atana.
/ Brian.
Brian.
And Janine and Atna was our number. Did you ever tell Janine that?
I didn't. I forgot. We
That
were
was
really
our-
busy
I mean,
last week, so I didn't
It
talk
was
to
our
her
number
much.
1 listened episode by far.
Yeah.
And now we can safely say we have thousands of downloads.
We have like tens of thousands.
Yeah,
We've learned.
I
'cause
know.
We finally figured out how to check.
We finally
our
figured it out.
analytics.
Yeah. So when we see some people that have 500 downloads, we don't give a shit.
We've got.
Before we
tens of
God, I
thousands.
wonder how many we have. We have tens of thousands.
Yes, we do.
But anyway, our biggest downloaded one was that one. 2 Capricorns walking the bar with
Yes.
Atna
We
and
do love-
Janine
I mean,
and Brandon. Maybe it was Brandon.
maybe it was Brandon.
We got to have them back on.
I know.
But we couldn't figure that out. I was
I know.
so surprised, but very happy.
My favorite part is when you told me this the other night. You're like, oh my God, and I named that episode. I go, no, you did not. I named that episode.
2 Capricorns walking into a bar.
Yes.
You named it?
Yes.
I swear to God, I named
You
it.
did not name it. Most of the time, the good ones are mine. I hate to say it.
Yeah,
But it's okay. I named it.
but we're very excited. You got to tell. You got to tell
I
Brandon.
will. I forgot.
Yeah, we're gonna have them back on. Of course, we'll have Atna back on. I told
I
Atna
love
she can
having
come on
Atna.
whenever she wants. Really, she's
I
so
know.
good. She can just sit in with us.
She just chats along.
Yeah, she holds her own.
Yes,
So
she does.
We like that. And then what we're talking about last week, we have our wine glasses that are finally fucking ordered.
I mean,
and
I could have
coming.
used it today.
I know, and they look really
I'm drinking
good.
wine tonight.
I'm really excited. So all of our sponsors and our guests and a few special people will be receiving those. Everybody else, we'll see what happens.
DM us. Maybe you could get something
Yeah,
fun.
and a lot of people are commenting on our Wait and Taint.
Wait and Clint, you mean?
Oh, I said Wait and Taint.
Yes, you did.
No one's commenting on our taint.
No one. I hope no one's not.
My brother's the
Maybe,
only one commenting on my
maybe
taint.
just Marcus.
Yeah, but we
Clint
we-
and Wayne.
Yeah, Clint and Wayne, and that's funny. And my mom was supposed to be on this week. We're hopefully gonna have her on next week. I'm
Yeah?
like, Mom. She's like, oh, you're doing that again?
We do it every week.
We do it every week.
Every
She's
week.
like, well, can't you just do it on Sunday? I go, Mom, no, Sunday's a relaxing day. We can't just do
It's
it
a
that
football day now.
Yeah, and it's a football day and everything else. And so she's like, oh, I want to be on, but your dad wants to go to Lonza's,
I don't believe that.
and we're going to the lake, and we're going to wake up and go to church.
That's cute.
Your father doesn't want me to do the podcast.
Is that it?
No, I don't know. I just made that up.
Oh, okay.
But hopefully she'll be on next week. Mom, when you're listening to this, and she listens every week, we hope you're on next week.
Open
Come
your
on now.
schedule.
Yeah, open
Clear your
s-
schedule for
yeah,
us.
Clear your schedule. Should be interesting.
You're-
We have a lot of stuff to talk about with my
Well,
mom.
here's the thing, though: is you're out of town next weekend.
I know we're gonna figure it out. Don't worry.
Okay.
Don't worry about. Don't worry.
I'm not.
You don't
gonna.
worry about scheduling. I worry about. I worry about scheduling.
I just show up.
Yeah. One thing about last week too, and we talked a lot about the main gang, and
Yes, we
we talked about
did.
Kenny
Main
Buckport and
gang.
everything. But one of the things that that was really great was Chris and Lauren, who went with us to Maine. They went out one day and just went shopping, and they came back and they brought me a present
Oh, they did.
because I always order my drink, a Rusty Harpoon,
Yes.
Captain Morgan, soda water, splash of Coke, and a lot of
Very
times they don't have
nitpicky.
Captain.
Yeah, you're hit or miss if you can find Captain.
Yeah, some people, Sailor Jerry.
Anywhere in the world
and I
or
go,
in the nation.
whatever, just give me a spice rum. I'm fine with that usually.
What's your? Yeah,
But I'm not.
you're not,
You know
but
me.
you go
You
with
know
it.
me.
Yeah, I do.
So Chris says, here, I got you a present. He gets me it was very nice. And hopefully they listen to this. And it was very nice. But they get me a silver flask with a leather cover, and it says EP on it.
Yes, it
My
does.
initials. And so I was bringing that everywhere with us. And
Yes,
he
yes,
goes,
you did.
so if they don't have Captain, just pour your own.
Yep.
So we went. I go, I'll have a soda water with a splash of Coke,
We did.
please. and
Okay,
thank
where's
you."
that place called? Like Lucas's or
Luke's,
something?
Luke's.
Oh, Luke's.
I go, I'll just have, do you have Captain Morgan? No.
Okay.
I'll just have a soda water with a splash of Coke then.
Which brought you a huge glass of it, by the way.
Yeah, they bring me a
Huge.
soda water in like a big gulp size cup.
Which I am disappointed because I expected that flask to be used on your pumpkin latte drink things you and Chris had created in your heads.
Oh yeah, we never did that.
Yeah, you never did.
The pumpkin harpoon.
Yes, pumpkin harpoon.
Yeah, we never did that. But thanks, Chris and Lauren, for that gift. It's very nice.
Do you know where that's at now?
You probably do.
I do.
Yeah. We'll bring it out.
Yes.
When we go on our next adventure,
You're bringing that. You
that'll
better.
be with me. Yeah. Yeah, and if I have to take a bullet, that'll be my
just
bullet.
put it like right up over your heart.
I'll
just
put
keep
it right
in
on my
your
heart
like
if it takes
chest
a bullet.
pocket of your jacket.
Yeah, the flask will save me. I think it has 2 purposes.
There you go. 2 purposes.
Life with Eric podcast is brought to you by Petrola Concrete Construction and doTERRA Essential Oils. You can get those from Aislinn Mueller, and her handle on Instagram is @ThisEssentialLife. So hit her up, folks.
Yes.
You just got a doTERRA package on your
Yeah, I did
doorstep.
my monthly package.
I don't understand why we get a monthly package of this thing.
I have
We
like
don't use all this shit.
A monthly thing. We
I know,
do
but-
because I get the probiotics.
Yeah, but how many reoccurring charges do you have in your cards and stuff?
Like it's just like the probiotics. I did get some leave-in conditioner because I used that. I was running out.
Do you know what I hate?
Reoccurring charges.
Right. I don't like automatic payments coming out of
I
anything.
know you don't.
Like I'm the
I got
real
a
guy.
handful, though.
Let's write a check, but I hate writing checks.
I
But
know.
but yeah, when they come out, you lose track. And all these young kids these days, they
I
lose
only
track
have a
of.
handful.
Yeah, like they got a $4 subscription, $5, $3,
I do have
$2,
that because they have like the
$10.
all the streaming services come from me, and then actually my cell phone is automatic, and then doTERRA. Those are my.
Yeah, but when the automatic payment comes out, they just send the product, even if you don't
No.
want it. We got
Oh
these
yeah.
fucking Verb bars. We got 18 packs of these Verb bars that make me
you have
sick.
2 packs of them, by the way.
Oh, so there's 18.
No, just 2. Which I will cancel that one since you're over it.
Yeah, we get these little things, and Kylie's like, Kylie is one of those people.
Oh my god, I'll fall into any
Or
trap.
I could just say you are one of those people.
I am. I will fall into a trap.
I'll barely mention something.
And I'll go by
And
it.
it's like,
Yep.
oh, it's in the mail. I'm like,
Yep.
what, I don't really want that. I just said that.
Well, I bought
you know?
it. Yep.
Right.
So true.
Right. Tons of people do that nowadays.
I know. Aislinn doesn't. We got problems.
Do what? Buys a bunch of product?
You see something, you're like, well, let's just buy it and try it.
Oh, buy it and try it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it ends up being a reoccurring charge.
I lied.
Skylar gets that problem all the time. She doesn't. It's like
I know what
reoccurring
it is
charge,
though, so I'm usually on it.
Yeah.
Although I did buy a reoccurring thing from Amazon. They have like a book club thing, and I thought I would use it, and I didn't. So I canceled.
Well, a
that,
lot of
though.
people get into those problems. Yeah.
Because I thought I could just like buy my books, like, because you pay like $10 a month and you buy your books, but all the books I wanted to buy were not on it. So I was like, well, this is stupid. So I canceled it.
Oh.
Yeah. None of the books I wanted were on there. Stupid thing. Unlimited. Kindle Unlimited.
Okay, stop doing all that shit.
I did.
Clear that shit up.
Although I do have like the Quib. I do have a few more. I lied.
Yeah, we have toothbrushes. I'm good with just a toothbrush. I don't need a membership to a toothbrush.
I actually
I don't
like
need a
that
Dollar
one.
Shave Club
I don't have
bullshit.
that. I personally have a Shave Club one.
Do you?
I do.
That's how they scam people these days. I got to get a business like that.
I actually don't. I use them, so
I'm
it's
gonna
nice.
sell
And the Quib
you-
I love
I'm
because
going to
it
sell you something stupid, and you just pay me every month for it.
because we actually change our brushes every quarter. It's great.
All right, people don't know what quibs are. But one thing I was going to mention is we were in Maine. We got Skylar this little
baby
stuffed
dog.
animal dog,
Yes.
and she's been having some rough times with dogs, and so I said,
yes.
let's get her a little stuffed animal dog.
You said that?
I said that, yeah.
No, you did not.
You said that,
I said that.
and then I bought it.
We were in Maine and we went into this like kids like toy store because Mark and Mel and Chris and Lauren both have kids.
Right.
So they wanted to look in the store and we're just like looking around. And I picked up this dog and I said, "Look at this dog. It's so cute and soft." I said,
little wiener
and I
dog.
said, Skylar would love this.
I said, get it. We're getting it now. We're getting it now. But she
I like
loves
how you
it.
take credit for my finds.
I know. I told her that you were in on it.
I did find it and pick it out.
Yeah, and I grabbed it and bought it.
Yes.
And it made it to her, and I got a picture of her holding the dog, and she looked so happy. So I thought I would get.
It's the perfect dog for her right now.
Yeah. And so she loved it. She was sleeping with it.
Oh,
she was,
see, it's the perfect dog for her right
Yeah.
now.
I thought so. This podcast is sponsored by Eric's Concrete Pavers, Rockhouse Masonry, and Tahoe Pervious Pavements. Kiki, when it rains, it drains.
Oh, yeah.
And Kiki,
What?
guess what?
What?
It's that time.
Oh, it is that time.
Last call. This was a difficult one today, but
yeah.
Who are we cheersing today?
We'll see. Yeah, I was not as prepared for this one today because initially your mom was going to be our guest. I was just going to cheers your mom.
Of course.
So
we could still cheers my mom.
Cheers, Di.
Cheers, Mom, for not coming on. Next week you'll be on, hopefully.
Right. So I'm not great with my cheers today.
I think we cheers what? Halloween.
I mean,
fall.
I'm down for cheersing a fall. I don't know what the rest of the country is looking like.
Why don't we cheers the
West
fact
Coast,
that you went out after you got off work yesterday and bought 5 bags of like signs and fall decor.
I did.
And so it looks like fall.
I did finally, yeah. Well, I started last Sunday.
Yeah, it looks like Hallmark Fall Festival.
And I got into the fall Halloween spirit.
Yeah, some of the signs were good, though. That was pretty good.
I know.
I like that one sign, Drink Witches.
Oh, Drink Up Witches?
Yeah, Drink Up Witches. It's on our bar. I like that one. That's a good one.
Which I think we can say cheers to fall now because it's actually starting to feel like fall here. We were having like some 80 degrees, warm.
Yeah.
Trees were not turning.
It's been nice, though.
And so now fall is starting to hit, so it's kind of nice. I like it.
The leaves are turning.
I like it.
Fall soon.
It's a little crisp in the air at night.
Michael Myers is hiding in the shed.
Michael Myers is going to get you later.
Michael Myers is riding my electric bike around the block.
All I could think of after you said that is that you like Michael Myers could like blow through that window by our bedroom that I've been leaving open and just go for you.
Yeah, you could do that easily. But
okay, you're not worried about that one.
I don't think Michael Myers blows through anything. He
not
hides.
A screen.
No, he hides. No, he hides in the room, like standing there.
Okay.
Then you look and you see the white face. You're
he
like,
actually
shit.
opens the door and leaves it open, so you know he's there.
Right. And
so if you see an open door, be concerned.
And then you're tiptoeing around and looking.
If I start leaving doors open, will you get freaked out?
Yeah, don't leave them open.
Ooh, this could be fun.
Do not leave the doors open.
Now I know how to get you.
Don't ever do that. Subscribe.
I can't because a bear might get in actually instead of Michael Myers.
Yeah, a bear get in and maul me.
Which is worse, Michael Myers or the bear?
And I live.
But just think
I'll
how much.
Live to a bear maul.
Think how much hospital weight you'd lose.
That's true. Take away the bloating.
Yep.
Subscribe or follow us on wherever you listen to your podcast, or go to our website at www.lifewitheric.com.
And don't forget to follow us on social media for updates and a closer look into My Life with Eric. To all of our listeners out there, remember, it's always happy hour here.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Love you, baby.
Love you.
Good podcast today. Where's my mama? Next week.